Back in Rachel, it's April of 2021, and this is our first time back since the pandemic. We came out of LA yesterday and went through Death Valley and Cerro Gordo. Checked that out. Y'all should check out that page if you get a chance. Ghost Town Living. And guy was pretty cool. We walked around and checked that place out and saw the old mine and the old buildings and everything there. It's a pretty neat old ghost town. He's doing a lot of neat work out there. We stayed the night a little ways out of town up on an old mine and got to Rachel this morning and had a little breakfast, talked to Cody and Connie, and we're gonna drive around and check the place out and see what's changed and what hasn't changed since the pandemic and how things are going on around here. See what's happening at the gates and see if there's anything new to report since there hadn't really been any reporting going on out here. We're gonna go hit the back gate since it's the closest to Rachel. May hit the front gate and some of the obscure gates that are around out there after that. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna do out here that we haven't done before and show y'all what's here. There's a gas station in Rachel now, and before they put this in, you used to have to go all the way to Tonopah or Ash Springs for gas. They have a lot of drinks and chips and snacks, stuff like that in there at the Alien Cowpoke. The gas was a little pricey though. It was about $5.75 or $5.79, something like that. But that's the price you pay for the convenience of having a gas station out here. You used to have to drive all the way to Tonopah or Ash Springs in order to get gas. So that is a welcome convenience around here now. You can find the gas station right in the center of town, just right next to the Little Alien. You can see it from the front of the Little Alien. They have an old Plymouth sitting out in front of the gas station that's got a couple aliens sitting in it, and at night it glows green. So it fits the aesthetic of the town pretty good. Things don't change very much in Rachel, even with the pandemic. The only thing I've noticed that was different is people wearing masks. They are wearing masks in the Little Alien. They're being safe and careful. We had breakfast there. It was great as usual. And everybody that came in was wearing masks, and outside everybody's distancing, and just pretty much seems like Rachel always is. I never see anybody getting too close or crowding anybody. There's no reason to crowd up in a space like this anyway. We're turning now, taking a ride onto the back gate road. It's a fairly decent road for the roads out here, but it's still a bad, rough road. Lots of potholes and things. You have to be careful where you're driving, because pretty much everything out here can give you a flat or pop your tire. We're here at the back gate, and wow, they are doing some construction back here. There's been some big changes recently on the back gate. There are big solid chain link fences. There is razor wire, but there also is a ton of construction equipment and road equipment. There's a crane, just a bunch of equipment. It looks like they are definitely planning on doing some different stuff here. There's a new building farther down the road, and it looks like they've even changed up the buildings here around the front. It makes me wonder what things are going to look like at the front gate when we get there. People are still coming out to the gate though. We're not the only ones out here. There's another fella in a van pulled up a second ago right behind us, and he slowed down, and I thought, oh, is this another person going in the gate? But no, he just was another tourist, I guess. We're heading down Groom Lake Road right now, and at this time of day, a lot of vehicles are coming out of the base. And so you'll see just dirt clouds coming towards you, and then you'll see a car come by, and they're usually a white van or a white truck, something like that. And then in amongst all of them will be a big white bus that comes out every day. Here's the bus right here. Let's pull over. We'll get a shot of it. As we're driving up, usually you can see a camo dude sitting on the hill. He's got a little perch, but in the normal place we can see him, we didn't see him this time. So maybe they're having a change, or maybe they're driving around somewhere. Who knows? Hopefully we'll see them driving around. That's always fun. We're just around the corner from the front gate, and the sign that they put up last year during the event is still here. The one that talked about all the consequences and penalties if you decide to cross across the line. The rest of the stuff that used to be up here on the hill is not here anymore. The barriers and the other signs, there used to be a bathroom up here and stuff like that. It's all gone now. And so it looks like we're clear to drive to the gate like we always did. We'll see if everything's the way it always was down there. Thought that was a camo dude, but that wasn't. That was a worker, but it was that same kind of truck. Like I said, they're coming through here, and they're coming through here fast, so be careful. If you were standing on the road when they came over the hill, it would probably be a pretty scary thing for everybody involved. We're pulling up to the front gate right now, and it looks a lot like it did last year. It looks like they're just keeping it shut as they did after the fest last year. I don't expect that that'll change. I am curious as to whether they still pull up and open the gate, or if they've, you know, added a mechanism, or what's going on. I would imagine they just still have someone just hop out and open the gate. We're heading up the hill that goes off to the right next to the front gate. If you don't have a four-wheel drive, don't try to do it. It probably wouldn't be smart. You'd probably spin out. We're here at our campsite above the front gate, and when we first pulled up, the camo dudes pulled up right there looking at us, and they sat there while we pulled up the hill, and then once we stopped, they backed up and got behind the barrier, but they're still peeking over it watching us. Security measures seem pretty much the same as they were the last time we were here. Nothing seems to have changed too much, and I don't really see why it would have. You know, it seems like the activity would have gone down during the pandemic out here rather than gone up, just like everywhere else. We're heading down a obscure road that heads off to the southeast from Groom Lake Road, and it heads off into a lot of Joshua trees and rock formations and stuff down here, and it eventually ends up down at an obscure gate down here. But be careful, because this road is definitely a four-wheel drive road. Don't bring a car down here. You will get a flat. And if you haven't ever drove on off-road or four-wheel drive roads, don't attempt this one. Take someone with you that's done it before, because you really could get in a bad situation here too. Just like it seems like everything out here, it's a little more dangerous than it would be in a lot of other places. You know, there's a lot of these little caves around in all the rock formations on all the hills. It seems like every 3 or 4 of them will have a big cave. Wow, we get out to look at the caves, and look at what we see over our hill over here. The camo dudes have decided that they're gonna follow us out to that gate. We kind of thought that might happen. The obscure stuff out here, if you go driving toward that, they get a little bit suspicious. I think it's just their job to follow you around and make sure you're not doing something you're not supposed to. So we're just still driving down the road toward that obscure gate, and camo dudes are keeping a real good distance behind us, but they're staying there. They're just tailing us and shadowing. We just keep being able to see their lights in the rearview mirror leaking through the tree, to the Joshua trees, or just every once in a while we'll pop over a hill and we'll see them sitting on the hill watching us. I don't imagine many people take this road. odd gate we came to. We had to come up a box canyon and up a really bad road. I definitely wouldn't take that road if you didn't know how to drive four-wheel drive really good, and if you care too much about your car, I don't think I'd drive up it either. As you can see, there's really not anything to stop you from driving in except for the big orange posts and the signs. And you know, if you were being careless, you could really get yourself in a pickle out here, because you could drive across, not notice the signs. Next thing you know, you've just gotten yourself in all sorts of federal trouble and ending up with trespassing charges and a whole lot of money that you have to pay the state and all that. So I think it's just only smart to be really careful when you come out to these gates. If you're not sure about what you're doing, don't come out here. Well, so we sat here, we had the camo dudes behind us, and we thought, are they coming up past us? And man, they flew by us fast. See what they just did? Look at this. They just clouded us, went by us, and made very clear they weren't gonna let us film them. So then, after that, we decided, well, let's sit here and wait on them, see what they do. We'll take some long exposures of the stars and stuff, see how that looks. Right away, we hear something. I think, what in the world does that sound? Out of the darkness, complete darkness, there he goes.
What the hell? They just came at us with their headlights completely off.
After that, another one came by from another direction. I don't know if it was the same one from there or if they're going around in a loop from the other roads.
Camo dudes are coming at us again up Groom Lake Road. They're probably gonna dust us. Well, they're coming really fast. Watch out, you better watch.
He had to be going at least 60, 70 miles an hour as he came by us. But they're definitely either playing with us, trying to give us a show, or they're irritated at us for keeping them from watching their basketball game or whatever. We're gonna head out. We're sufficiently dirty now. If you're watching this, thanks guys. Appreciate the dirt, appreciate the footage.
What the hell?